Anterior lamellar keratoplasty has not been widely used until now because of difficulties in creating a smooth tissue interface using existing manual and mechanical techniques. The introduction of femtosecond laser platforms such as the Visumax is producing a renaissance for the procedure. A recent paper by Yan Lu and colleagues from China illustrates the potential for the Visumax in lamellar keratoplasty even in very scarred and opaque corneas. This illustration from the paper shows the smooth dissection achieved in a very hazy and vascularized eye. I would like to share a recent case of my own using the Visumax laser to treat anterior corneal opacification. The patient is a 40-year-old male with Reese-Buckler's dystrophy who had been treated with PTK 19 years ago. His vision had gradually deteriorated due to recurrence of the dystrophy, and he was experiencing significant visual difficulties despite relatively good visual acuity. This image shows his widespread diffuse corneal opacity. Imaging of the cornea with serous OCT showed an irregular stromal surface masked by the corneal epithelium. This also allowed measurement of the depth of the opacity. In this case, the opacity extended to a depth of about 190 microns, indicating that the opacity could be removed while still allowing an adequate residual stromal bed. Treatment was planned assuming host tissue removal of 180 microns. The donor tissue was cut 0.7 millimeters larger than the host, and tissue thickness was based on removal of 50 microns of epithelium and tissue swelling of 10%. The corneal button was mounted on a Morea artificial anterior chamber after removal of epithelium, docked with the treatment pack, and tissue cutting proceeded uneventfully. The donor cap is easily removed using a Sinskey hook. Creation of the host corneal bed is performed straightforwardly under topical anesthesia only. Removal of the host corneal cap is uneventful apart from an initial failure to enter the interface. Despite the corneal opacity, laser dissection has been excellent, with a smooth interface resulting. Following removal of the host corneal tissue, the donor cap is placed in position, smoothed out, and allowed to adhere. A bandaged contact lens is placed on the eye and no sutures are required. The whole procedure takes less than 20 minutes with no hospitalization or general anesthesia required. The patient's post-operative course has been uneventful, with good unaided and corrected acuity and complete resolution of the patient's visual symptoms, and he is requesting the second eye be treated. This pentacam image shows restoration of the pre-existing corneal topography, and this OCT image illustrates a smooth interface and lack of opacities. Before and after OCT images show the outcome achieved. Using the data from Yan Lu's paper and my own experience, Livia Yong, a Carl Zeiss applications specialist from Australia, has produced a protocol with varying energy settings for different degrees of corneal opacity. I am sure she would be happy to share this with anybody planning to perform this surgery. If you're a corneal surgeon and have access to a Visumax, but you aren't using it for your keratoplasties, it's like owning a Maserati and only using it to drive to the supermarket. You're missing half the fun.